Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time, we made our way through one of the stations here in the eye line. I can't help but can't touch the station took a while. As the gimmick kind of implies, don't touch any enemy ink at all. Yeah, that's kind of a struggle. But hopefully this time around we won't have a level like this, and going forward... Okay, maybe it could be another one of those. Don't stress your luck. No whammy station. That doesn't sound promising. Hopefully we get no whammies on the way in. So here we have no weapon choices whatsoever. We gotta go in without any weapons at all. Please defend the orb. If the orb is destroyed, you will fail. Shooting the orb will help it recover some health, so keep that in mind. Take care out there. Well, let's go ahead and begin this said test. Looks like they give you plenty of lives, so it definitely seems like a hard test, but really not. You must protect the orb from enemy attacks. Octo missile inbound, up to the right. So, for this mission, we get access to a cannon here, which in this cannon we have an infinite supply of ink, so don't worry about running out of ink anytime soon. If things hit the said orb in the center, it'll start losing health. If the thing loses all of its health, then you lose a life. So in this mission, pay attention to your surroundings, but here in the beginning, things are pretty slow. We got a handful of enemies just coming out of these little launchers here every once in a while, but near the end, they start throwing more things at you, so it becomes a lot more chaotic the further into the mission you get. Remember that hint we got earlier? If this thing starts losing health, you can actually shoot it with your own missiles to restore some health. And in some cases, we're going to need to do that instead of actually fighting off some of these enemies. Don't worry about the small fries as much. Take out the bigger missiles because they're going to do more damage than anything else. But with that, we have passed the test. As long as you keep on paying attention to your surroundings, and also keep in mind the health of the main orb, shooting it when it's low, then that test is actually really easy. Way easier than the test we did last time around. You have now unlocked 7 lines. You can view them on the Deep Sea Metro map. Stations marked with a glowing circle contain one of the 4 things. Seek them out. I'd like to offer you a reward for finding this new line. Please pay me a visit. There are new entries in the chat log, so I sent them along. Check them out sometime. Well, it looks like we have one of our 4 things kind of like right in front of us. We could go to get that, but maybe later. As a reward for arriving at a new line, allow me to grant you some CQ points. Please accept these 1,500 points. Good chunk of change there. Definitely wanted that after losing some points last time around. But that's all we need to do in the no whammy station. Very simple, and it immediately puts us in path for one of the 4 things. But with how we've been doing things, we've been completing lines before we go anywhere else, so we're not going to be going there anytime soon, even though one of the 4 things is literally right below us. We'll remember that for later and get it after we do a couple more errands. For now, let's take a look at the mem cake we just got. It's DJ Octavio. I leave without ceremony. Don't be too sore, I wanted more. My sincerest apology. I mean, DJ Octavio definitely is one for an encore performance. He is kind of a big deal when it comes to the Splatoon world. And here he definitely looks as groovy as he can when it comes to the single player. I don't really think they use that term anymore, but hey, he looks hip, and he looks down with the kids. How we doing, fellow kids? It's DJ Octavio here. Nice little mem cake. Let's check out that chat log that we just got here. Session 5 here between all 3 of our favorite hosts. Well, 2 hosts and Cuttlefish. Hanaway's almost dead. I'm gonna go grab my charger. Word. And with that, DJ Hyperfresh leaves the chat for a while. Man, there's nothing to do when it's just me and you here, Cap. What do you mean? I'm bored. I gotta do a little research on you. So, what kind of dirt can I dig up? I have nothing to hide. We'll see. Okay, if that's dirt you're gonna get on cuttlefish, I don't think you're doing a good job at trying to make them look bad, because that just makes them look really good. That looks like a really nice war picture of cuttlefish. Not sure who else is in that said picture. Definitely looks like the enemy, I'll give him that. The heck is this? The Squidbeak Splatoon, led by 2nd Lieutenant Cuttlefish, visited grievous losses upon the forces of the enemy during the bitter siege of Arowana Castle. Ah, it takes me back. Dang, Cap, guess you're the real deal. Cuttlefish is the real deal. He is a war veteran. He fought himself plenty of wars in the past, and he definitely served his people well. Gotta honor the guy. He did his service to his squid country. Let's go ahead and continue here in the eye line. We got ourselves the Shrink and Sink Dinky Ink Station. So here we have a choice of two different weapons, the 96 Gal and Luna Blaster. Both don't have a sub-weapon of any kind, so we just have our main weapon here. Let's go ahead and pick the recommended, the 96 Cal. I regret to inform you that in this area, submerging in ink won't refill your tank. And if you run out of ink, it's game over. However, there are ink refillers so you can use. Please make sure to do so. Take care out there. Go ahead and begin the test. Sounds like you can't simply submerge yourself in ink to refill your tank here. Don't let that turn you into a dried up husk like me. Okay, you don't have to put yourself down that harshly, Cuttlefish. I mean, man, you're not that old. I think. So, as we were told, we cannot refill our ink at all by just submerging ourselves in our octopus form here. So, we do rely on ink refillers, but there's no easy way, as we can see, to get to the said refillers here, so we're gonna want to keep that in mind and be very careful with our ink consumption. Gotta break the boxes to move forward, huh? Which unfortunately is gonna take some ink to do. We gotta keep a close eye on how much ink we got left. If we don't have any ink left whatsoever, we will lose a life, so we gotta be very careful. We jump up here and destroy this box. This is a free ink refill, so we'll definitely want to grab this. And now our skin is supple and silky smooth, as Cuttlefish says. Don't really feel a difference, but maybe I do have one. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Save your ink and attack that shield guy from behind. Luckily this time around, I can just go ahead and bait this guy in ink, because there's more than enough ink in this area, and for my sake, he's just gonna walk right into it. You know, that's fine. Continue following the path of stupidity. I'm fine with this. Get from behind, shoot him, and there you go. Get the key, and let's go back to the ink refill here. We can go ahead and grab some more ink, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep the key for a moment and go over here to the right. Here, this one is not as good to go into, in my opinion. You got enemies that move all over the place, and they're much harder to hit. So here we want to be very careful with our ink consumption. But now we killed them all, so now we can go ahead and grab a second key and get another ink refiller. So this is more than enough ink to go ahead and get out of this section. We'll lock both of these containers to reveal the ink refills, but I'm not going to grab any of them just yet. I'm going to go ahead and shoot these boxes, ignoring the ink refiller for now. We don't need it. Don't worry, I'm fine. Famous last words. At this point, I will go back and get me one of these refills. So let's go ahead and grab this one here, which will put us right back up to full. So now we can shoot this propeller and we can fly up above these boxes, and it'll just let us skip shooting these entirely. So we don't even need the other ink refill, but if you do, well, you can always go back and get it. At this point, let's continue forward. It looks like we got a little bit of a stare down. Watch out for the umbrella so you don't waste your ink. Just gonna wait for you to put down your umbrella, and that's it. Okay. I don't know why you didn't try to swim in your own ink instead of swimming on dry land. That was a mistake. Get out of here. Shoot this propeller up. And here we want to be careful because there's only certain switches we want to go ahead and hit because the others reveal enemies. This one here reveals points. This one reveals an enemy. This one over here reveals an enemy. And this one reveals a balloon fish. There you go. Test is now complete. That wasn't really that bad. Could be worse if we didn't get that free ink refill in the beginning, which is very easy to miss. Over that, we have one more weapon to use in the Dinky Ink Station, so let's go back and play through the level one more time, this time with the Luna Blaster. Back for one more round of Dinky Ink Station. Let's go ahead and pick the other weapon here, the Luna Blaster. So this one is the harder of the two weapons to use simply because of the large shot radius that the Luna Blaster brings to the table. So here I'm actually going to be very careful where I shoot, because if I'm not, I'm going to destroy all the boxes around me. So what I'm going to want to do is get down here and then just shoot the... Okay, I wasn't as careful as I said. That was actually a really bad shot. You know, we could work with this. I'm going to have to destroy this one now, unfortunately. This is going to be very close. Wow, that actually worked out in my favor. Somehow that shouldn't have worked, and yet here we are. I'm going to shoot this. Now let's go ahead and take care of the enemies before we destroy another box. Shoot you. Shoot you. If you get right up in front of these guys' face, it'll only take one shot. So that's what we're going to want to do with the shield guy. That'll save us some ink. Now we can go ahead and grab us the ink refill here. We could go to the other side, but I just don't really recommend it. Go to the left side instead, because those enemies are way easier to kill. I'm going to go ahead and shoot these boxes down. And I do believe I can shoot this maybe 1 to 2 times. Yeah, wow, look at that ink. We have literally like a handful of pixels left. There's not even anything on our ink tank or in the thing submerged ink. Jeez, that was close. We're good though, so let's get out of here. Let's shoot this box, I think 1 more time? No, 2 more times. And then shoot this once. And with that, we're good. We don't need any more ink to finish this. It's really gonna depend on this battle. I'm gonna wait for you to do your thing. And one-shot victory. Wow, that was very easy. That should be way harder than it actually is, but I like Terry and just really didn't put up a fight for me this time around. Kinda surprising. So, as you can see, if you fall down here, there's actually an ink rail, so you can go ahead and ride this back up to the top. And this is how you get a sneak peek of the area to see what switches you want to hit before you actually shoot things. So here I'm just going to shoot this one, and I'm just going to go to goal. There's no reason to get the said balloon fish this time around, simply just because, well, we have more than enough ink to get to the end. So just shoot the goal and finish the Dinky Ink Station. And with that, we're done. So now we can go ahead and continue on. That's both of the weapons here. There's no third weapon this time around, but that's fine. We don't always need to have 3 weapons for our test. Let's go ahead and see the mem cake we just got from Dinky Ink. It's Callie, one of the 2 squid sisters in Splatoon. Your song inspired a blush of love. It gave my heart a fresh new start. Now I ascend the shores above. It's a very nice poem referencing a couple of the different songs sang by Callie. Fresh new start, blush of love. I see what you did there. Very subtle little references. This specific model of Callie, though, is modeled after her appearance in the single-player campaign of Splatoon 2. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. If you haven't played that said single-player or even watched that portion of my Splatoon 2 Let's Play yet, which I definitely recommend go checking out. Although if you're here watching this part, I kind of hope you've seen some of the other Splatoon 2 coverage, because a lot of this is already implying you've played or at least seen some of Splatoon. Hey, it's a nice looking Callie. Love her pose. She looks very serious with those shades. But now with that, we're ready to go ahead and finish up the eye line. We only have 1 more level here left to complete, but we'll be saving that for the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. We'll go ahead and play through the last level here in the eye line of the Deep Sea Metro. I'll see you guys next time.